all done and on. It's not like,
Oh, brother, look, it's a porch monkey.
He's not saying that. I'd watch that one.
Which cartoons are they?
Black oil.
Which cartoons are they getting rid of?
That one, the one with the Al Jolson. Another one where he calls a buck-toothed Eskimo a big baboon. He called everyone a big baboon. Get your hands off me, you big baboon. It wasn't a racial thing. And who the hell calls an Eskimo a baboon? It's not a racial epithet for an Eskimo. So they're pulling those. And any of the other ones they deem racially insensitive. Let's go to Oscar. Oscar!
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey.
Yeah, previous to this, they pulled one during wartime where Bugs was selling ice creams to the Japs. And he was calling them a bunch of slanty eyes.
Yeah, you call them Japs.
That's great. What do you call it? Now, are they going to finally admit to the fact that Elmer Fudd had a thing against homosexuals and blacks because he was always going after Bugs when he was gay? Is that what's going to be next?
He had a thing? Yeah.
You never know.
Back to you, Russ.
All right, Oscar. Thank you.
Oh, there you go. Taking it right back.
Let's go to Matt. Matt?
Hey guys, the guy that's responsible for this is Jamie Kellner, who's had like a reign of terror over Warner Brothers Animation. He was the guy that canceled Batman the animated series because it was too violent for kids. He's the one who told him to redo the Superman series because it was too scary for kids and they couldn't sell it, even though it was one of the best cartoons ever. He's the one who canceled Animaniacs and replaced it with that Hysteria show. I mean, the guy's a friggin' tool. He's done all this stuff and he's destroying Warner Brothers. He's the one who sold WCW to Vince for like pennies on the dollar because he didn't want, even though it made money to them, he didn't want it anymore. I mean, the guy's a fool. He didn't want to let Buffy get away. This guy's destroying the network.
Wait, Animaniacs isn't on TV anymore?
No, because he didn't get it.
That was such a funny cartoon.
It was kind of a blast from the past. It was cartoons the way they used to be.
Right.
So that was the thing. He said, I've got an idea. Let's have George Washington with Pee Wee Herman voice and put him on there. And it was this stupid history show that made no sense.
People don't realize a lot of these cartoons were made before a lot of people had television sets. It was made, they were the beginnings of movies. You go into a movie, they'd show a short, a cartoon. Bugs Bunny cartoon. They were made for adults.
Yeah, they were made for adults.
These
Thank
things
God.
aired
I hate this place.
during, Gone with the Wind. Before Gone with the Wind, you'd see a cartoon as an adult audience.
Right.
Bill's got something to add. Bill? Hey, Bill. Hey, Bill.
Joe.
Oh, what's up? What's up?
The one with the Japanese was actually called Bugs Nips the Nips.
The Nips. They
Bugs
called them the
Nips the
Nips. That's what they called them back then. Sure, everything's hunky-dory now, aside from an occasional submarine that comes up under your fishing boat. But, back then, they were the Japs. There were atrocities going on both sides. And it was reflected in cartoons by clever writers that were writing stuff for adults. Now they're trying to pawn this stuff off on children, and they're butchering it, and they're taking away the art that was making these cartoons. You know what I mean?
Devin.
More censorship.
Hey.
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Listen, remember Hair Raising Hair, the cartoon where Bugs, puts the rollers in the monster's hair?
And it's dynamite.
Of course.
It's dynamite. That hasn't been on TV in years.
They don't blow up the head anymore.
They don't blow up their head. They cut that out. I think it's because Bugs is kind of femme in that scene.
I gave up watching the Bugs Bunny cartoons because, just like you said, there's a cartoon how you remember when you were a kid, and the scene like someone's head getting blown off or something is just flat out not there, and it's a bad edit. It just jumps to another part of the cartoon. It sucks.
It's the funniest cartoon ever, and they ruined it. I'm pissed.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I just don't like the idea that they get away with it under the guise that it's something like, oh, we got to be sensitive. No, it's not. It's history. How could you not show history? That's like, turn on a movie from back then and watch some of the issues they're dealing with. It's the same thing. Just because it's a cartoon doesn't mean it's for the kiddies.
Yeah, it's going to happen to Hollywood, too. The movies you watch.
Oh, yeah.
You watch.
We're always bitching.
Where does it end? You watch. Gary.
What's up, O&A?
You'll get some powerful people in place, and they're going to decide, no more gunplay in movies, and this has affected our society, no more of this violence.
How do they say, and they say they're doing this to protect the children, because the children of today are so effed up, and people wish they could be like they were in the old days when these cartoons were airing and stuff, where we grew up watching them, and people in the 50s grew up watching these things, but when they finally made it to TV, you know, I